I want to say aloha kako, which means aloha to us all. And we are blessed indeed to gather. And in consideration of the concept of blessing and water, I would first point out that every one of us is equally special and qualified to engage in the blessing of water, which of course makes up all life on earth. And at this point in time and space, we are not aware of any other way to conjure life from the primordial background of space and time. And so I offer a thought experiment in which we imagine ourselves standing on the shore of a new and untouched land. And here we are, all of us gathered, and amongst us, we begin to devise how we will handle the matters of taking care of our people and in stewardship of this new land. And I ask, who among us would come up and conceive the way we do things today? Now, the point of that thought experiment is, of course, to kind of bring to our attention that everything we do as human beings is from our nature as creatures spun up out of the dust of the Milky Way galaxy into existence and consciousness. And like a part of all of time and space, we have the ability to perceive ourselves, which makes us very blessed indeed. And to be very blessed is to reach to nature and feel that connection and to breathe it with every breath, combining with the elements of our body, spun from the dust of the Milky Way galaxy, the star stuff that we are, the energy, the prana, the good, the joyful essence of our existence, which is 3 little molecules, hydrogen and oxygen together. And so when you look at water, it looks like a Mickey Mouse. It's like 3 little balloons with 2 small hydrogen atoms attached to 1 single oxygen atom. And for that reason, it has a peculiar essence. It has a shape, and that shape is magical in its own and special right. And today, our good study of nature, we call it science, is looking deeply into the heart of things, of matter, of time, of space, the very fabric of all reality that we perceive. And they're coming to understand that within the knowledge that we have today, there are many mysteries, and many of them relate to the shape of things and how things interrelate to each other. Funny that we should be so advanced in those studies, and yet at the same time, very much personally disconnected from the reality of life here in our world. And I want to share with you a thought on why that happens. As a person myself who has been highly concerned with the visual aspects of life and existence as an artist, a painter, a fine artist since I was a child, I came to lose my eyesight progressively over a long period of time. As I did so, I contemplated that reality to which I found myself entering, and I had a lot of questions about how I might adapt and how I might learn from the experience. And I told myself that if I were patient, that rather than being a tragedy and a loss, that it might be a revelation of some profundity that could fulfill my life and make me have some good purpose. And so I have found my purpose in realizing that we are gifted by nature with an inquisitive and curious nature, that nature itself spun us into existence, gave us the gift of vision, the way we perceive the world, that gave us the consciousness that was shaped by the land in which we live, that made us perfectly adaptable and flexible animals that could become extremophiles and live under all conditions on this beloved world of ours. And here we are today, contemplating our existence. And yet, the world we live in now, unlike our original world, which made us the perfect beings to live in this world, we have altered the physical environment around us to the extent that we all live in synthetic, artificial environments of our own creation. And in those environments, we've sort of lost our way. And one of the reasons we've lost our way is also in our nature, and that is we like to understand and accept things. And when you are born into a world, which is a hospital with steel walls and a man wearing a mask,
Oh gosh.
when you go home in a vehicle, when you live in a house, you are immersed in a language and custom and culture, as well as a physical built environment reality, which shapes your consciousness as surely as anything could. And so we're no longer from the original world. Now we live in this world, but we've become functionally blind. And that's the thing that I learned, is how to use vision. Vision is a gift that gives us power, gives us the ability to see things differently, to understand, to comprehend, to be flexible, adapt, and change. And that is my blessing for us today, is that we can be flexible, we can adapt, and we can change, and we can learn from nature and nature's gifts. And so I want to also share a prophecy of the Cree people, which is in the time when the world is sick and dying, a tribe of people will come together of many races. They will be a people who put their faith in deeds, not words, and the world shall become green again. Oh, so that is our blessing, and I am honored to be here with you and to speak of the magic of water, which you have unveiled in your wonderful research.